Since 2,000 years ago, since the Han Dynasty, the Chinese and the neighboring kingdoms of the Koreans, the Vietnamese, Cambodians, Laotians, many others have been raising dog for food purposes. According to the book of Felix M. Casing, Taming Philippine Headhunters, a codification of oral and written history, the Indons and Malay settlers of the Philippines and the other parts of what has been the Majapahit Empire has been raising dogs for two purposes, as farm guards and as source for meat. They also raised cows for two purposes, the bigger ones for plowing the fields and the smaller ones for meat purposes. At present, raising dogs for food is still part of the culture of many Asian countries. It's still big in China, Vietnam, Korea, and in some parts of the Philippines, especially in the northern provinces. An estimated 40% of Filipinos eat dog meat or will eat dog meat if available for reasons of tradition, taste, or poverty. A significant portion of the population of most Asian countries are extremely poor, and the least of their concern is to know what kind of meat is in their table. In the United States, during the meat shortage of the Civil War, some Americans eat dog meat. But in the late 1800s, the White Fang novel became so popular and the concept of dogs being pets and man's best friend rather than farm guards has zoomed up. At present, Western dog activists are trying to force upon Asian people to stop eating dog meat, but they know that they don't have any justification to intrude into the culture of other people, and that is why they have to find some justification, and they overblow black propaganda and legends about Asian people being cruel to animals. There are extreme practices of some old Korean butchers who torture dogs for taste, and animal activists capitalize on that and spread it all over the world through the internet and other medium to paint an image that Asians are cruel and brutal and tortures animals. In truth, Asian animals, pigs or dogs, are killed with a quick knife to the throat and dies even quicker than a pig in USA that has undergone a process of electrocution, hanging in conveyor, and final stabbing while the pig is in a semi-conscious stage. This YouTube video has been uploaded by an individual animal activist and is mislabeled with a title that suggests that the Chinese are cruel to dogs. But it is not known if these dogs died in an accident or for any other causes. In Beijing and in the cities, the citizens are not allowed to touch dead animals because it is not known if it is caused by virus or any other chemicals or dangerous substances. This dog activist has no regards for the consequences of their action, that they are spreading hate among ignorant viewers who come by this video and would be instigated to so much anger and leave comments like they want to nuke the Chinese, they want the tsunami to hit the Chinese, and they call the Chinese barbarians and uncivilized, all because of the irresponsible actions of these dog activists. And this is not just the only video. This is all over YouTube and the internet, in which dog activists has been demonizing Asians in order to justify their intrusion into the private and internal practices of Asian countries. The issue of animal cruelty and the issue of eating dog meat are two separate things. It doesn't follow that if you eat dog meat that you are guilty of animal cruelty. If you slaughter your pigs, like generally how it is done in Asia, and that is by using a quick knife to the throat and it dies quicker than a pig is being slaughtered in USA, then there is no cruelty involved in there. But Western dog activists is trying to paint that the issue of dog meat eating is associated with the issue of cruelty, so that they will have a justification to intrude into the private culture of Asian countries. This is an unfair black propaganda, a horrendous act done by this Western dog activist. When they come to the Asian countries, they are treated with kindness and hospitality. Asian people carry their luggage, light up their cigars, call a taxi for them, and what did they do in return? These ingrate dog activists shoot videos of restaurants and uploaded it in YouTube and call Asian people uncivilized, barbaric, and instigate the viewer to anger, and they wish the Chinese or any Asian countries to be nuked, to be hit by tsunami. These irresponsible people are not minding that they are spreading hate. They are teaching about how to be humane to animals, but they are not humane to their fellow man. They don't care that their country or their government are promoting and funding abortion, the murder, the intentional murder of unborn babies. They don't care about that. These dog activists are just out there to find anything that they could exploit and demonize Asian people in the areas of animal cruelty so that they will have a ground to interfere into what is an internal affair of these Asian countries.
The answer, my friend, is blowing.